All right, Maurice, what up?
It's good.
Shit, man, I appreciate you being the first No Ops interview.
First?
Yeah, you're the first. So let's get started. So you want to start off telling us who Maurice is?
Should I say my government? No, I'm just
Whatever you
I'm Maurice, Reese, I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sin City, stand up.
34. And had a lot of fun in life, doing crazy shit and doing positive things now.
That's exactly why you're here.
Yeah.
That's exactly why you're here. So with No Ops, No Ops meaning, no obstacle was going to stand in front of you. No opposition was going to stop you.
At all.
And you wasn't taking no option but success.
Real
And
talk.
that's why we started the channel, to send a positive message. Let's go ahead and get into it. So what was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome in your life to get you where you are now?
Being addicted to prescription pills.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
How long were you addicted to pills?
I think maybe a little more or a little less than 10 years. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. And what made you how'd you end up getting off of them?
Rehab. I went to rehab. I got 5 DUIs. I'm on probation right now for the 5 DUIs, and I used to be going to court. I used to go to court every 2 weeks when I first got on this program. I'm on this felony DUI program, and when you go to court, it's just a status check, and they see how you've been doing. You call this number every day, and if they call your color, which my color is red, I got to take a drug test. So I was failing the drug test when I first got in. And so then the first one they give me, I got a patch on now because I just got back in town from Atlanta. You got to wear a patch, so it detects if you do drugs in the patch.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so first they gave me the patch to see, if I wouldn't do drugs, and I still was doing drugs. And then they gave me a breathalyzer because I had alcohol in my system. And then the first time they gave me 48 hours in jail, it was the third. But so I went to jail for 48 hours, and then I go back to court in 2 more weeks, and then I failed another drug test, so then they gave me 72 hours, and then I go to court for 2 more weeks, and I'm thinking I was about to get a 96, but then they was like, "No, we're gonna send y'all to rehab." You know what I mean? Like it's 16 weeks in a row, 12 weeks in a row, and you just keep fucking up. So we're gonna send you to rehab, man. So I sat in jail for 2 months waiting for rehab, and my mind changed about everything then. When I was in jail, I'm like, I ain't going to rehab and coming out the same nigga. Like, there's no way I'm about to be saying, oh, I went to rehab and I'm still getting high when I get out. There's no way. Man. So I changed my mind in jail waiting. I was in there for 56 days waiting for rehab, and just changed my mind there. And ain't did shit since.
Man.
And I went to jail on my mom's birthday, August 28th, 2018.
Oh man,
So,
that's heavy. But I mean, the best came out of it then, right?
for sure.
So you're here now.
The best me. My mom used to be crying and shit, thinking I'm gonna die, popping pills. I overdosed over 100 times.
So you actually overdosed, like where you had to go to the hospital?
Man, I've been hella times. Every time I got a DUI, I was knocked out asleep, overdose. 5 times. My foot is on the brake. One time, the second time, my daughter was in the car in the backseat.
Oh shit.
I'm overdosed. Wake up. Nigga won't wake up. One time I was with Jay. You remember Jay from school?
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga, he's slapping the shit out of me, bro. Slapping me. I'm in the middle of the street, nigga, passed out. He crying. Reese, wake up. Not knowing what's wrong.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you. And how long you been clean?
August 28th, 2018.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So what's that? Almost 3 years?
Yep, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being that you was addicted to pills, do you do anything else now? Like you smoke weed or
Nah, I can't
drink?
do nothing. I'm on probation.
Oh, you still on
I
probation?
can't do. I got a breathalyzer in my car.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I'm on probation.
I see you smoke cigars though, right?
Yeah.
What kind of cigars you like to smoke?
I like Padrones now. I started off like 10 years ago smoking cohibas. But then I was just smoking cigars like 2 and 3 a day. But I had stopped for a couple weeks. But then when I went to Atlanta, I went to the cigar lounge. So
Okay. So when you were in jail, that's when you hit rock bottom. You feel like that was your lowest point?
I don't think I hit my rock bottom. You know what I mean? They say in order to quit something. Well, I guess that is my rock bottom. I don't know. I can't say no, because I done been lower than that. Jail. I done been in jail a couple times.
So, and did everybody in your family know that you were addicted to pills?
Hell yeah.
Did they try to get you help, or and it just?
Was trying to like they can say they tried, but nah, hell no. They used to be like, you need to go to rehab. That ain't getting me help. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Actually dropping me off at rehab is getting me help.
It's getting me help.
You know what I mean? Look, nigga, I signed you up. You know what I mean? Nigga, you going. You know what I mean? That's helping. But telling me I need to go do something, that's one ear and out the other.
Yeah, especially when you in that mindset, you ain't trying to hear all that.
Hell no.
It's in one ear out the other, like you said.
Yeah.
So why pills? Why not? Why not?
I didn't
drugs?
choose that. I didn't choose that. I was hooping. You know, I used to hoop in El Dorado.
Yeah.
I was hooping with Fat Marcus and Mike Jackson at 24 Hour Fitness, and I jumped for a rebound, came down, this dude bumped me in the air, and I tore my meniscus. Went to Centennial Hills Hospital next morning. They prescribed me Lortabs. I took one. I used to just drink Patron. I took one, and it felt so good. I'm like, I'm taking these for the rest of my life.
And there you go.
Yeah.
And
I ain't choose it. I ain't never smoked weed before that.
Never?
Never.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? That's what's crazy is like they say it's the opioid addiction crisis right now.
It's worse than crack epidemic. I mean, yeah, epidemic. It's killed more people than crack.
So going back to overdosing, like what was the in-body experience like when you overdosed? Like, was you aware of what's going on around you? Or?
No, I was asleep.
Man.
And wake up and my partners. I remember one time, Daryl, I was at his house, sleep on the couch, and he didn't know. He knew I took pills, you know what I mean, but he didn't know that I was overdosed. He playing with a piece of chicken and recording it and shit, you know what I mean, putting it in my mouth like this nigga will not wake up, you know what I mean. Like shit. It's just when you take too much of shit. Like some people do what happened to me all those times. One time, bro, and die and be gone. Some people get one DUI, nigga, and kill somebody or kill themselves, nigga. I got 5 DUIs. I done fell asleep at the wheel over 30, 40 times, bro. But the difference I believe, from me and them is I'm transparent. I tell this shit. You know what I mean? I'm an open book. I don't give a fuck what somebody think about me, because I know it can help somebody. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think I ain't died from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this nigga get through. If God was thinking like, if this nigga get through this shit, if I can get him through this shit, then he can open up eyes to a lot of people, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
you
what
gotta
I really
be here with a purpose. You here with a purpose
you
to
know
go through all that.
Because there was so many ways. Like, I could be sitting in prison. You know what I mean? For DUI, 40K got me not sitting in prison though. You know what I mean? With lawyer fees. But then I could have fell asleep at the wheel and foot slipped off the brake one time. My daughter in the backseat killed her, and then I'm still alive. You know what I mean? That's prison. You know what I mean? Could have ran somebody over at the light. You know what I mean? Prison. But it's not, because I'm transparent with this shit. Like, nigga, I tell everybody. You know what I mean? I always been like this, though, even before the pills. I just had to go through what I went through. Like, I asked my mom the other day. I'm like, Mom, because I was talking to this girl in my inbox, my brother's old girlfriend from when he was in junior high. I'm like, Mom, was it worth it, all that? You know what I mean? All them crying nights that I put you through, was it worth it? You know what I mean? And she's like, Maurice, don't even think about all that. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I got to know if it was worth it, because, you know, the finished product, you know what I mean? Like, because you used to hate me, talk, you stupid mother, you know what I mean? She used to talk crazy to a nigga, you know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, because I won't change none of it. You know what I mean? I hurt a lot of people, but my body wouldn't look like this. My mind wouldn't be where it is. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be moving how I move. I wouldn't be aware of how janky motherfuckers are. You know what I mean? Like, because I felt like I was the man before I popped pills. Like, nigga, I had all kind of shit. Crazy whips, all kind, you know what I mean? I thought I was that nigga before I popped pills.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. In high school, that's one thing I always liked about you, is you always had that confidence.
Yeah.
Like, you always had that confidence. And I remember you wore that... It was that Wet n Wild, light vest. And I remember I was a freshman. I seen that. I'm like, that shit is fly. And I could not for the life of me figure out how you got that shit because I tried to steal one from Wet n Wild and I couldn't get one. And I was like, I used to see where I'm like, that shit is so dope. And I don't know where, like, what was that your idea or?
Yeah, nigga. So look, I had stole mine and I don't know how Bill had his. You know what I mean? I don't know how he had got his, but he had one. And so then we used to kick it every day. I'm like, nigga, let's wear them motherfuckers to school, bro. Like, let's wear them to school. And he's like, nigga, so each day, like, we'll wait, like, every other month. We'd be like, nigga, we wearing a life vest today? You know what I mean? Because we used to wear them all the time.
Yeah, that shit was fly. So you always, and then I remember we had fashion class together, too.
Yeah.
So you always been into fashion?
I ain't gonna say I was into fashion. You know, any black person that's in school, the kicks, you gotta have the J's, and we was in the white tees, the pro clubs, you know, like, with Chris Littles and Devin them, when I was in 11th grade, they was in 12th grade, we had to wear a fresh white tee every day, a brand new pro club, that was the thing, so I always wanted brand new clothes since then, like, I want to wear brand new clothes every day, you know what I mean, so that's why I came up with a brand, so I could just wear brand new clothes every day. I can't afford to wear brand new clothes every day and wear Gucci, Louis, and shit like that. But if I got my own brand, I could wear brand new clothes every day.
Yep. So when did you decide that you was gonna start your brand?
In jail. I was in jail. I had my first DUI. I didn't do the classes in 2000. I think it was 12, and I'm sitting in jail. And I'm like, I gotta think of a name, you know what I mean, for my brand, you know what I mean, so I can make clothes. And then my first name that I came up with was MDC, that's my initials, and it was gonna be Money, Diamonds, and Cars. But then I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Everybody ain't into money, diamonds, and cars. So then I never eat jail food. Like, I done went 11 days in jail without eating.
I used to eat that shit.
Never eat jail food. So
sick.
right. So I'm still brainstorming, trying to come up with a name, and it's the older nigga in the cell with me, and he's like, this young dude came by, and he was like, hey man, I can get your food in the morning. You know what I mean? I can get your. I'm like, yeah, you can get it. And he's like, nigga, that's the name right there, nigga. You got a good heart. And then it just clicked in my head that my daughter's grandma, she used to always be like, Maurice, you got a heart of gold.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. And it's your clothing line it's really unique. And I like the fact that that's all I see you wear. I don't never see you in, every time I see you on Instagram or that I've seen you always got your brand on. And I seen an interview with 50 Cent on the Breakfast Club a couple years back, and that was his biggest strife with G-Unit. He like, we supposed to be G-Unit, and they wearing everything but our own brand. Yeah. So it's like it's not surprising that they didn't last. They kind of fell apart.
Man, me wearing my brand, man, do so many things for me. Like, first it markets, cause of the way I look. When I just was downstairs, bro, they waving to me in here like I'm that
celebrity.
Like, I play for the Raiders. Like, and they ask me all the time when I'm out. They be like, "Oh, you play for the Raiders?" You know what I mean? I'll be somewhere. They be like, "You play for the Raiders?" I be like, "Yeah." But downstairs, we in the M. So when I walked in, it say the home of the Raiders. You know what I mean? So they really in here. I'm telling you, all the people downstairs. When I just went downstairs to get your shirt, everybody, hey, you know what I mean? They thinking I play for the Raiders. You know what I mean? So they see me. I look a little different. You know what I mean? And then they just see this logo. So it markets first of all. That's number one. And then second, it just makes me more creative. If I don't wear nothing else but my brand, it makes me create more things. That's why I just don't make t-shirts. I don't wear t-shirts, you know what I mean, like that. I wear gym clothes, pea coats when I'm going out, turtlenecks. Those are things that I like, you know what I mean. Hoodies is cool, you know what I mean, but I want to wear suits.
And you be fly. I ain't gonna lie, you be fly, my guy.
So me wearing it every day just makes me create. That's the best part. I'll never be stuck in a rut because I gotta wear something. I gotta have brand new clothes to wear.
So, and and that's the other thing I notice is, like, we see so many people that say they got a clothing line, and the clothing line is just a pro club with a picture slapped on it. So how is it that you're able to deliver such a good quality of clothing to your customers?
Because again, I create. So like, if I won't wear it, I hold myself in everything I do to a high standard. I mean, everything I do. Like, I gotta be the best me in everything I do. So if I won't wear it, I ain't selling it. You know what I mean? Like, it may sound weird or cliche, you know what I mean? But like, I'm it's a lot of things that I wouldn't wear, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I won't, like, I can't sell you something that I wouldn't wear. This is my name.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? Like, I need you to look good in this. Because if you look good in this and somebody see it, they gonna be like, what's that?
It's free advertisement.
Like, man, when I just was in Atlanta, man, they was going crazy over my clothes. Like, man, what's this? Who, you know what I mean? Like I'm standing at the bar. A couple nights when I went to the club, I'm standing at the bar. I didn't even get a table because it's just me and my girl. I don't drink. It makes no sense. Now, the old me, nigga, I'm spinning. Nigga, I'm getting a table. All that. Now, I had tables when the homie come out. You know what I mean? I get a table because him and his girl gonna drink too. You know what I mean? The whole bottle's gonna be gone by the time we leave. But if it's just me and my girl, I'm just gonna buy her some drinks. I don't care what they think of me. I know I can buy that. You know what I mean? The old me be like, nigga, I'm showing them, nigga, I can buy it. That's dumb. You know what I mean? So we'd just be standing at the bar, and everybody at the tables would just be staring at me and her. You know what I mean? Like, cause what I got on different. Some nights she'd have it on too. You know what I mean? Like, and it just looked different. So they would come up to me and be like, man, what's this? This hot. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, it's my brand. You know, I get to be in me then. Yeah, nigga, I know it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, nigga, this that shit, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta show them, you gotta flex on them.
Yeah,
So you gonna try to push your clothing line out there to Atlanta now?
Man, I'm pushing it everywhere. I wasn't able to leave before, you know what I mean? But now I'm in good standing with the courts. I ain't been in trouble in 2 years, you know what I mean? But like, and I'm not afraid to leave now. I was afraid because of this patch that I got on, and then I gotta have a breath. Like, I had to wake up at from 6 to 9 in the morning to blow. I get a text at 5:30 or 6:30. I get a text and it say, you got to blow at 6:30 or you got to blow at 7. And I got to blow. And then I got to blow again from 9 to 11 and then 4 to 7 and then 9 to 11 p.m. You know what I mean? So if I miss a blow when I got back in town, nigga, I go to jail. And I used to be cool with going to jail every 2 weeks at first, remember? When I first was taking, I used to be, nigga, I'm terrified, nigga, but that you change your mind, you change everything about you. Like, I be dreading, like, nigga, I go to jail. They be like, oh, I seen that Hart of Gold nigga in jail. You know what I mean? I cannot hear that, you know what I mean? That can't be the case, you know what I mean? That could never happen. So, like, I was scared to leave at first, but then she had my girl had a performance. She was opening up for TK Kravitz and Bando Jones in Atlanta. And I'm like, I gotta go. You know what I mean? Like, she couldn't go out there by herself. She couldn't go by herself. Like, it would have been crazy if she went by herself. And she didn't end up, you know what I mean, opening it up. They closed it. I mean, they shut it down before, right? Like 5 minutes before she got on stage. But, you know what I mean? It was cool still. We had fun.
At what age do you feel like you started to mature to who you are now?
Man, when I got out of rehab, 32.
32?
Yeah. Like, I'm still immature, nigga. I go to the mall. I go to the mall with Johnny right now, nigga. We running around that motherfucker like we 10. Like, literally running around fucking with people. You know what I mean? That's just what we do. But, like, my mindset matured at 32 when I got out of rehab. Like, so, like, a lot of people who be on lean and pills and things like that, like, they'll be like, man, I ain't had no lean in 2 weeks. Why am I still doing this? But it's this thing called post-acute withdrawal syndrome. You know what I mean? Like, you still be doing, like, fuck shit, but you thinking because you ain't had no lean, you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? But, so, with post-acute withdrawal, like me, like, I would have anger problems when I wouldn't pop pills. I'm like, damn, why am I tripping like this? I ain't had no pills. But post-acute withdrawal syndrome lasts like 6 months. So I couldn't sleep for like 10 months straight, you know what I mean, after I got done popping pills. Like, it was like the first 10 months, like, I'm sleeping maybe an hour, 2 hours, you know what I mean? Like, in jail, I never could sleep, you know what I mean? So I would tire my body out and work out every day. And it still wouldn't work, though. But like with the post-acute withdrawal syndrome, we be doing crazy shit that, you know what I mean? Like my mentality didn't grow until what it was until like that post-acute withdrawal syndrome was over. You know what I mean? Like then I got to really think like, you ain't the same person no more mentally. You know what I mean? After that was over.